Good morning, students. Welcome back to the Geometry Online session. This is the 8th session on triangles, and today we are going to learn about the inequality of sides and angles of a triangles. Now, before that, let's first revise the previous session. In that, we have learned about the perpendicular bisector theorem and angle bisector theorem. Yes. Now, these two theorems we have learned in two parts. So, the statement for part 1 is every point on the perpendicular bisector of a segment is equidistant from the end points of the segment. So, here I have drawn segment AB, and if I draw a segment L or line L which is perpendicular bisector of segment AB. Now this line L divides segment AB into two equal parts. Yes. So which are the two equal parts here? Segment AM and segment BM. Then if I consider any point on this bisector, let that point be point P, then this point P will be equidistant from the end points of this segment. That means PA is equal to PB. Then what is the statement for part 2? Yes, any points equidistant from the end points of a segment lies on the perpendicular bisector of the segment. That means here what you have to do? Here PA is equal to PB. It is given to you, and you have to show that this point P lies on the bisector of segment AB. So these are the two parts of perpendicular bisector theorem. So only you have to remember the statements and diagram. Then we have learned about angle bisector theorem. So the statement for part 1 is every point on the bisector of an angle is equidistant from the sides of the angle. So here I can draw angle PQR, and this angle, if I draw this angle, if I draw ray QS, then this point A will be equidistant from the sides of the angle. That means AB will be equal to AC. That is part 1. Now let's see the statement for part 2. Any point equidistant from sides of an angle is on the bisector of the angle. So if I consider AB is equal to AC, then according to this statement, point A will be on the angle bisector of this angle. I hope you are understanding these two statements. So accordingly, you have to solve the sums from practice set 3.4. Now today we are going to learn about the properties of inequalities of sides and angles of a triangle. Now let's see the first property. We are going to learn the three properties of inequalities of sides and angles of a triangle. If two sides of a triangle are unequal, then the angle opposite to the greater side is greater than angle opposite to the smaller side. Now what does this mean? In triangle XYZ, any two sides you can consider. I am considering side XZ and side XY. So here what you can say? Side XZ is greater than side XY. Correct? Now the angle opposite to these two sides. Now which are the angle here? Angle opposite to side XZ is angle Y, and angle opposite to side XY is angle Z. So the angle opposite to greater side is greater than the angle opposite to the smaller side. So angle opposite to greater side is angle Y. This angle is greater than angle Z. So let's write down, in triangle XYZ, side XZ is greater than side XY. Then you can say that angle XYZ is greater than angle x, z, y. Here if I consider other two sides, let's take side yz and side xy. So what we can say here, side yz is greater than side xy. Then what is the angle opposite to side yz? That is angle x. And what is the angle opposite to side xy? That is angle z. So here we can say that angle yxz is greater than angle xzy. Yes, similarly you can take other two pair of sides and then you can prove this theorem. Now let's see the second property of inequality, which states that if two angles of a triangle are unequal, then the side opposite to the greater angle is greater than the side opposite to smaller angle. So here I have drawn one triangle XYZ. Now in this triangle, all the angles of this triangle are unequal. Angle X, angle Y and angle Z. These three angles are unequal. Then what you can say? Then the side opposite to greater angle is greater than the side opposite to the smaller angle. So here if you consider this angle, angle X, Y, X, Z, this angle if you consider, and I am considering this angle, angle X, Z, Y. So what you can say here? Yes, the side opposite to this angle, what is the side here? YZ, and side opposite to angle Z is XY. So what is the relation between these two? If angle X is greater than angle Z, then we can say that angle Y, side YZ will be greater than side XY. So let's write down here. In triangle XYZ, if I consider angle XYZ, this angle, if I consider angle XYZ and is greater than angle XZY, this angle Y is greater than angle Z, then what you can say? Side XZ, this side is greater than side XY. I hope you all are getting this. Now let's try to learn some problems from practice set 3.4. Now in the previous session we have learned the first problem. Now we will solve the second question. In figure, angle RST is equal to 56 degree. Sec PT is perpendicular to sec ray ST. Sec PR is perpendicular to sec SR. And sec PR is congruent to sec PT. Find the measure of angle RSP. State the reason for your answer. Now let's start with the solution. First we will write what is given to us. Sec PT is perpendicular to ray ST. Similarly, sec PR is perpendicular to ray SR and sec PR is congruent to sec PT. It is given to us. Now do you remember the angle bisector theorem? Yes, in that we have learned that PT is equal to PR. So ray SP is the bisector of angle RST. Therefore, any point equidistant from the side of an angle is on the bisector of the angle. That means it is given to us PR is equal to PT. That means this point P should be on the bisector of this angle STSR. Yes. Therefore, we can write here angle RSP is equal to half angle RST, because we know that angle bisector means it divides the angle into two equal parts. So these two parts will be equal. Therefore, angle RSP will be equal to half the measure angle RST. Now substitute the values, that is equal to half into 56 degree, that is equal to 28 degree. Hence angle RSP is equal to 28 degrees. So this will be your final answer. Now let's try to solve the next question. In triangle FAN, angle F is equal to 80 degree, angle A is equal to 40 degree. Find out the greatest and the smallest side of the triangle and state the reason. Now here the two angles of this triangle are known to us and we have to find the greatest and the smallest side of the triangle. For that, which properties we will use? Yes, property of inequality of sides and angles. Now here two angles we know, we have to find the third side angle also. So let's start with the solution. In triangle FAN, angle F plus angle A plus angle N is equal to 180 degree. Reason you will write as sum of the measure of the angles of a triangle is 180 degree. Now substitute the values. Angle F is 80 degree and angle A is 40 degree. That plus angle N is equal to 180 degree. Therefore, N is equal to 180 degree minus 80 plus 40 is 120 degree. Therefore, angle N is equal to 60 degree. Now, hence we got the third angle also, which is of 60 degree. Yes. Now, since we know that 80 degree is greater than 60 degree is greater than 40 degree. Now we have to find the side opposite to all these angles. Therefore, angle F is greater than angle N is greater than angle A. So let's now find out the opposite sides here. What is the side opposite to angle F? That is AN. So side AN will be greater than side opposite to angle N is FA is greater than FA is greater than FN. So reason you will write as side opposite to greater angle is greater. Now what will be the smallest and what will be the greatest side here? Yes, side AN will be the greatest side and side FN will be the smallest side. Therefore, in triangle FAN, AN is the greatest side and FN is the smallest side. This will be your final answer. So I hope you all are understanding this. All are very simple sums. Only you should remember the statements we have learned in the beginning of this session. Now let's try to solve the next sum, that is sixth one. Prove that if the bisector of angle BAC intersects side BC at point D, prove that AB is greater than BD. Now let's start with the solution here. Seg AD is the bisector of angle BAC. It is given to us. Therefore, angle BAD is congruent to angle DAC. Write this equation as equation 1. Now, angle ADB, this angle is the exterior angle of this triangle ADC. Yes, therefore, angle ADB is greater than angle DAC. The property of exterior angle we have learned in the beginning of this lesson. Yes, therefore, we can write here angle ADB is greater than angle BAD, because we know that angle DAC is congruent to angle BAD. So instead of angle DAC, we can write here angle BAD from equation 1. In triangle ABD, angle ADB is greater than angle BAD. Side opposite to greater angle is greater. So by this property we can write here AB is greater than BD. Hence we have proved the statement. Now let's move on to the last part of this session, that is assignment. In triangle PQR, PQ is equal to 10 cm, QR is equal to 12 cm, PR is equal to 8 cm. Find out the greatest and the smallest angle of the triangle. So here triangle PQR is given to you. PQ is given as 10 cm, PR is given as 8 cm and QR is given as 12 cm. And you have to find the greatest and smallest angle of this triangle. So by using the property of inequality of sides and angles, you can solve this sum. This is the sum from practice set 3.4, third sum. So you have to solve this sum. With this, I am going to end this session here. We will meet in the next session.